Well, for more on happiness, I'm joined by Jacqueline Way, live from Vancouver. She's the founder and executive director of 365 Give, a nonprofit that inspires people to foster a daily giving habit to raise happiness on both personal and global levels. Jacqueline also had a TEDx talk on how to be happy every day, which recently became one of the top 100 most watched TEDx talks. Welcome to the show. So I'm going to start with a big question here. How should one truly define happiness?
How should one truly define happiness? It's a great question because, happiness is really a feeling, and it's a very individual feeling for each one of us. And how one person defines happiness and how someone else does is very different for anyone's life. Really finding happiness is something that comes from inside of us all, rather than the outside parts of life.
Now, your TEDx speech, How to Be Happy Every Day, as we mentioned, one of the top 100 most watched TEDx speeches. But what does that tell us about how intently people are seeking ways to be happy?
Well, I think it was one of the things we were most shocked about was the amount of people that we have discovered that are really searching for happiness, that secret or key to happiness. And one of the challenges that goes along with that is the amount of people in our world that are unhappy. And the World Happiness Report, one of their last reports, actually speaks on the fact that over 1 billion people across the world are suffering from anxiety, depression, and they're really struggling to find happiness for themselves.
So do you think we might have an unhealthy obsession sometimes with pursuing happiness that really might be setting us up to fall short?
I think that one of the challenges that we have in our world right now is that people are looking for happiness in things they purchase, they're looking for happiness in other people, and they're looking for happiness from outside sources. And where happiness really comes from is that feeling that we all get from inside of us. And we actually have to put into practice a number of different things so that we start creating a happiness habit in our life that taps us into our happiness from the inside rather than the outside.
And what are some of the practices that you think could help people develop happiness?
I have some really clear practices that I think help. One of them, first of all, is gratitude. I think when we start our day every day with gratitude, you're putting yourself in a position where you're looking around your life and your world and looking at the things that you're grateful for, and it's starting your day off on a really happy note before you go anywhere. The next thing that we obviously enjoy, it's proven, we've seen it, we experience it ourselves, and that's giving back to our world every day. Now, they don't have to be big things. You don't have to go volunteer hundreds of hours. You don't have to donate millions of dollars. It can be small, simple ways of giving back to our world. It could be a smile. It can be picking up garbage to help the planet. It could be helping a homeless person on the street or buying a coffee for the next person in line every day when you go to the coffee house.
Now, we've seen philosophies like the condo method, Hig, essentialism, and minimalism really grow in popularity around the world. Why do you think this seems to be striking such a chord right now?
Well, I think that because people are looking for that key to happiness or the steps to happiness, all of these programs, we could call them, they all look at simplifying your life, stop buying more stuff, because when we buy more stuff and we fill our lives with more stuff, they may bring you happiness for a moment, an hour, a day, or the next time you wear that outfit or drive the car. But at some point, you're just going to look for that next fix of happiness from outside purchases. So all of these philosophies is about creating a life that you surround yourself with. When you touch your clothing, you decide you don't want it anymore, but you're very grateful that you had it. It's practicing that gratitude and noticing the small, simple things in life that make you happy. Sitting around a fire, having a cozy blanket around you, sitting by candlelight. These are all simple ways in our life that we can create happy moments that increase our personal happiness every day.
Now, let's also talk about careers. We often hear experts encouraging people to pursue their passions, find their true joy. How realistic is this for most people, and how do you make it something that's long-lasting and not just sort of a short-term gain?
Well, I think for most people, happiness and having a meaningful life is people are looking for purpose and they're looking to make an impact. So what we see in businesses is that no matter what your job is, when you can find the grateful and how you're grateful within the job that you have, no matter what it is. When you find your purpose and you can create an impact within a business environment, and it's why businesses create CSR programs, corporate responsibility programs, is that it creates pathways for people to work together in a community, work together to make an impact, and it gives them purpose and meaning within their lives.
All right, Jacqueline Way there, founder and executive director of 365 Give. Thanks so much.